Welcome to Open for Business, the Gallatin Valley's only local business and consumer talk show featuring Tom Egelhoff, the Man Entrepreneur magazine radio called the leading authority in the United States for doing business in small town. Here he is, speaker, author, small business consultant, and Mrs. Egelhoff's favorite son, Tom Egelhoff.
All right, welcome everyone. Open for Business. We air every Saturday live from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time on AM 1450 KMMS in Bozeman, 1340 KPRK in Livingston, Montana. If you'd like to be a part of the big broadcast, go to kmmsam.com and click Listen Live. The call-in number during the show, 406-522-TALK, 406-522-8255. I'm here, you're here. Let's get the show on the road. All right, welcome back, everyone. Saturday, April 9th, 2016, 63 degrees outside. It's 25 minutes before the top of the hour. I want to welcome you to the podcast portion of Open for Business. Every week I share some tips and tricks I've learned over the years about advertising, marketing, promotion, and building strong, successful businesses. I do these Open for Business podcasts every Saturday between 11:30 and noon Mountain Time from the studios of AM 1450 KMMS in Bozeman and 1340 KPRK in Livingston, Montana. And, of course, we stream worldwide on the web at kmmsam.com. So if you missed any of the previous podcasts, you'll find them all on my YouTube channel or my website at smalltownmarketing.com. That's smalltownmarketing.com. Go about halfway down the homepage on the left, and you'll find a link to the podcast page so you can catch up on any of my podcasts that you might have missed. Today's topic, I want to talk about how to create business revenue fast. I've spent over 30 years in sales. I've worked with 25 different businesses in 18 different industries, and I've sold business machines and insurance and furniture and farm buildings and video movies and business forums, electronics, commercial printing. I even sold sewer and water pipe. So I've sold tangible and intangible products. I've sold retail and wholesale to people in all walks of life and all types of businesses. Most of those sales were straight commission jobs. That simply means you don't get paid if you don't produce. So every business I know operates on a similar basis. If you don't have customers that generate more profit than the business costs, then you're out of business. And if business is bad or slow, you need to generate some income fast, or you got to close the doors. So in this podcast, I want to show you some of the ways you can apply the rules of selling to your business to produce customers and business quickly. No, you don't have to be some kind of a sales whiz to apply these principles, but you may have to move outside your comfort zone. So let's talk about how to use numbers to grow your business fast. As I mentioned above, one of the products I sold in my career was office machines. I spent some time with Victor Business Machines back in the 1970s. And, of course, due to advances in technologies, the products I sold then are no longer used in business today, but the principles I used to make the sale are still very relevant today. So here's their philosophy. Every Monday morning, my job was to go out on the street and make 75 cold calls door-to-door to small business owners. How do you like that job? Out of the 75 calls, I needed to find 20 prospects that would let me bring one of my products into their business so they could try it for a week. And of those 20 prospects, the national closing average at the time was 5 sales. So in short, 75 cold calls produces 20 product placements, and out of the 20 product placements, you get 5 sales. Now that you know the number principle, I need to explain how to make it work for you. To generate business fast, you're going to have to make some contacts and learn how to make them quality contacts and turn them into valid customers. So in my previous example, I didn't want to make 75 cold calls every Monday to find 20 placements. So I wanted to do that with fewer than 75 cold calls. So the 75 people I called on taught me whether their business had a need for my product or not. Now, as I learned the needs of small business, I became more efficient. Also, I didn't want to sell 5 out of 20. 20 out of 20 was probably not a realistic goal, but 12 or 13 out of 20 was. So the 20 placements taught me the hot buttons and the needs for various kinds of businesses, and my closing ratio increased. So that's called working smarter, not harder. So how do you use contacts to grow your business fast? So when I mention contacts, most people think of cold calls, finding people you don't know and turning them into customers. Well, sorry, marketing just doesn't work that fast. Your marketing and advertising will produce customers eventually, but it may take 6 or 8 months before that happens at a level that'll make a difference to your bottom line. So that's time you don't have. So you need to generate some income now. So who are the best contacts to use to accomplish that goal? Well, the first place to start is with your employees. If times are tough, sit down with your most loyal employees and explain the situation. Some may start sending out their resumes, but most don't want to go looking for another job if they can salvage the one they already have. So if your employees don't have business cards, they should. Each one of us knows 250 people. That's the average number of people who attend weddings and funerals. So ask them to promote the business wherever they go and whomever they come in contact with. Give them perks like time off or gift cards for every customer they send in who end up making a purchase or a sale. Next, go to your personal friends. These are the people who want to see you succeed, your family and your close friends. Ask them to champion your business to their friends. Would they write testimonials for you that show that you can show to others? Can you feature them in your advertising? And don't forget about your current customers. And most of you know it takes 6 times as much to get a new customer as it does to retain an existing one. So build on your current customer base. Have a customer appreciation day or night. You don't have to spend a bundle putting something like this on, but use a celebration to let customers know you sincerely appreciate them. Offer a discount coupon to every customer who purchases a gift certificate for a new customer. And what about your local business contacts? Reach out to non-competing business owners who might also need your services. Perhaps you can save money on repairs or services in your business by trading services with other businesses. Share advertising costs or do cross-promotions such as a florist and a wedding planner. And don't forget your competitors. You may think I'm crazy that you can get business from your competition, but depending on your relationship, it's sometimes possible. If your competitors are doing well, they may have more work than they can handle. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear, but if you have a relationship with them, you can offer a reciprocal relationship. If you're busy, you'll subcontract some work to them and vice versa. That way, everybody wins. Now, let's talk about service groups, charities, and good causes. Many businesses give something back to the community by involving themselves in good causes around town. This is an excellent way to meet new potential customers and do some good work at the same time. Kiwanis, Lions, Elks, VFW are filled with customers you may not know. So be a joiner and watch your contact list or your mailing list grow. Attend church. If you're religious, that's great. If not, do it for your business. Your local church is a great place to meet potential customers. It's the only place I know where the rich and poor sit side by side without judgment. People like to buy from those who think like they do. If you're in the same group or club, you're pre-approved by these folks. I'm sure you'll think of more, but these are a few to get you started. Every business is people. You need contacts and customers to be successful. Are they finding you? If not, you're going to have to go out and find them. The other rule that all salespeople know is that in order to be successful, you must sell the sizzle, not the steak. What that means is that once you have a customer in front of you, they're looking for the benefits of your product or service. It's not the features of your product or service. Every time you tell a customer something about your product or service, imagine the customer saying, "So what? You've told me something about your product, so what does that mean to me? How's your product going to make my life easier or more secure or more fun or safer or healthier? Show me that, and I cease to be a prospect. Now I'm a buyer." And you can generate business inside your business. Start by looking at your credit policies. If you're giving credit to customers who aren't paying in a timely manner, then certainly you should rethink your credit policy. Customers who don't pay you belong at your competitor. Customers who are loyal and do pay are the ones you want to retain and use them to help you bring in their friends and family. So make every effort to collect something from slow payers as often as possible. Next, we want to cut waste. This is one that's also often ignored because it happens here and there. It's easier to cut waste by 5% than to increase sales by 2%. Sometimes waste is just too small to show up on the radar. It's like ants. You don't notice them until there are a lot of them. A little mistake here, a lost order there, and all of a sudden it's real money being lost each month that shouldn't be. Now, if you aren't doing it already, start keeping a log on the frequency of your waste or mistakes. Now, this doesn't give you permission to beat up on your employees. You need their help, not their fear of losing their jobs. So share the numbers with them. Show them that cutting waste is one of the things that creates pay raises. Don't do anything in-house that can be done cheaper out of house. For example, if you do postal mailings, it might seem like you're saving money by having employees sit around and label envelopes or stuff them, but in reality, a good mailing house can do the same job for less because of their knowledge of how to save money on postage and the proper use of postal address regulations. They can also advise you in sizes and weights of your mailer. So check with a mailing house and see how they can save rather than cost you money. Also, good accountants are worth their weight in gold. They can often spot where the waste is and suggest a way to control it. Another way, you need to find a mentor. Look up similar businesses to yours online. Find a town similar in size to yours and income levels, and call someone in that town who's in the same business you are. Find out what they're doing, what's working for them. Perhaps you can do the same thing or adapt ideas that they're using to your situation. You can't survive in business just by showing up. This means you need to make contacts. Make sure you always have business cards with you. Put a business card in every letter, every bill you pay. Meet everyone within walking distance of your home. Take a Saturday, tour the neighborhood, go door to door, passing out your card. People aren't going to come to you without some effort on your part. So the more effort you can put in, the more people will show up. And the last and most important part, you got to think positive. Bad things rarely happen to those who think they will succeed. Successful people don't fear failure. They find a way to overcome adversity. They know that luck happens to those who make their own luck. So do something every day that benefits your business. Write each one down. At the end of the week, review the 5 things you did to make your business better. Making a business successful requires a great effort, but there are times when you got to pull out all the stops. And if this is one of those times for you, set some goals to make your business better and make the extra effort. Your business will be stronger because of it, and so will you. And that's the podcast. So if you missed any of my previous podcasts, you'll find them on my YouTube channel or my website at smalltownmarketing.com, smalltownmarketing.com. Go about halfway down the homepage on the left side, and you'll find a link to the podcast page so you can catch up on any of my podcasts that you might have missed. So tune in each Saturday, and let's build successful businesses together.